and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. This is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off the cuff video, guys. What that means for everyone that's new is I record and I upload. There is no fancy editing skills. You won't see my intro similar at the beginning. There is a transition button, so if something happens I can just pause filming and just wait for it to finish and I can carry on. That could be like heavy rain, or it could be loads of noise outside, or birds bouncing across the roof, which seems to be a popular thing over the last couple of days. I think the last Let's Build video they were bouncing across the roof. It's annoying. For everyone that's new, these weekly Wednesdays are essentially a Q&A. You guys ask me questions and I answer them. We have a vote every week. The vote is I show you a host of models and you guys comment below and vote on what you want me to paint for Monday's painting video. It's 99% GW stuff, and it's 99% model focus, and it's 99% GW stuff. Every so often there is questions about terrain or some information about myself and what's going on in the workshop. That's just these weekly Wednesdays. So first of all, 10th edition, 3 more sleeps. 3 more sleeps. I'm so excited for it. My only hope is I'm working till 1 o'clock. My only hope is that it's delivered. There'll be someone in the house if it's delivered before. It's not a problem, but my only hope is it's delivered when I'm here, so I can just get straight into it. I had a game today, this morning, with Mark. Last game of 9th edition. We didn't record it because I went to Mark's house and I didn't know to do with like lighting or outside sound, or if there's anything that's not to be caught on camera, just you know, that kind of way. But so I didn't film it. It was Chaos Knights. He played Chaos Knights and I pulled Necrons. I'm about to be disturbed. Sorry, being told that the swimsuit was upside down. Anyway, yeah, so he played Chaos Knights, I played Necrons. Another reason why I didn't film it is because quite a few of the Necrons I brought weren't actually painted. Now, I don't mind playing with some models that are not painted, but I don't really want to film it if they're not painted. You know, Mark says to me it's fine, doesn't matter as long as the whole army's not plastic grey. But I like to have things painted. It says more drama to it, but it was a great game. Always a great game when I play with Mark. At the end of turn 2, he went first. At the end of turn 2, the scores were 35 points to him, 33 points to me. And then his turn 3, he started like really just putting the pressure on me. And then it was my turn 3, and I just lost, go for a Hail Mary and just charged Necron Warriors into a cool night Hell Dog, a War Dog. They didn't get it. It destroyed them in response, but it was a Hail Mary. My Overlord, the relic I gave him was the Dark Veil, I think it is. Allows him and a unit of core to teleport anywhere within the board within 9 inches away from opponent. But if they teleport both, they have to be within 6 inches of each other. So I teleported them straight into the middle of the table to take the objective, which forced him to come forward with. There's 4 War Dogs that came forward. 3 of them charged the Warriors because the Warlord was in the middle of them. With his Resurrection Orb, which I technically forgot to use. But anyway, 1 War Dog was taking so much punishment from these Necron Warriors in close combat. And I was passing all of my reanimation protocols, which is bonkers. In the end, he had to fall back. One of them fell back and played a stratagem so they could shoot, and shooting just destroyed the Warriors. So the Overlord was there by himself. He then charged that War Dog and got mowed down from Overwatch. Which, you know, I had to, that's part of the Hail Mary, I had to do that. But yeah, it was a very good game. And I said to Mark today, the 2 armies, I played a good few games with him, but 2 of the armies that I've really enjoyed playing against was the Knights and the Leagues of Voltan, which was, you know, now the Leagues of Voltan was a Chaos Space Marine force I took. It wasn't recorded, but I took that and played that. And it could be just the fact that I was using that army and I enjoyed using that army, but I don't know, it was a good game. I enjoyed playing both those armies, against those both armies. Right, so onto the questions after me waffling on. Are you putting Kari's Fate Weaver into the weekly vote? Now, Kari's Fate Weaver was Let's Build episode 100. You haven't seen that, guys? Go and check him out because it's an absolute beast of a model. Now someone asked me, why did I build the Fate Weaver? Why didn't I just build the Lord of Change? Because even though that's Karas Fate Weaver, I could run him as Karas Fate Weaver, because that's what he is. But let's say I didn't want to spend the points in, and I just wanted to run him as a normal Lord of Change, I could. It's just, you know, it's not a big difference. Because Karas Fate Weaver is actually a Lord of Change, but it's just a named character one. To answer your question, I don't think I'm going to put him to the vote. The reason why is there is so much detail on this model. I mean, it's insane. So let me bring up and show you how much detail is on this model, between the bits of stuff on his legs there, his little bits hanging off of him, even the feathers are. Look at that detail on the wings. And he's got his feathers on his legs, his head, his face, his two heads have like helmets, and oh, it's just, even his arm has all armour on it, and his hand, hand has a little eyeball in there. Absolutely insane model. For me to do that any sort of justice, I couldn't do it on a Sunday morning and finish it Monday morning or Monday afternoon. For me, there's too much to be done, and there's too much detail. For me, that would be like probably doing an hour or two over across a week, or sitting down and spending, say, 7 or 8 hours one day, having a couple of hours break, then come back and doing some more, and then the next morning finish him off. I know I'm on holiday next week, and that would be the ideal time to do that, but I've not penciled that in to what I've got to do next week. So to answer your question, I'm not going to put him in a vote because there's too much detail on him, but I do want to get him painted up. Now, there's no panic on at the moment. My aim would be for when demons arrive in 10th, to have him ready. That's one thing, as Mark said to me today, he's never played a game against a demon army, and I'm like, oh. So that could be a possibility soon enough, but yeah, I'm not going to put him into the vote just because there's so much detail in him. I don't want to rush him. I want to, you know, do him justice. Contrast paint, airbrush, you know, all that sort of stuff, but still want to do some justice. What do you think about the new rules for Necrons for 10th edition? I think they're absolutely amazing. I think they're fantastic. The reanimation protocols, for those who don't know, 10th edition for Necrons now, they are literally going to be insane. So the way they work in 9th at the moment, let's say I have kinetic spiders, and I say it's 1 to 6 or 1 to 9 in the unit. So I have 1. There's 6 wounds. Let's say you cause 6 wounds on it. I then roll 6 dice, 1 dice for each wound, and I need to get all 6 of those to be 5+ for him to get back up and carry on. Okay, that's the way it works at the moment. Now I think he has living metal as well, I think, if memory serves, which means he regenerates a wound every turn, so that's not too bad. But the way it's going to work in 10th now is, let's say I have a unit of 3 of them, and you've killed 1, and the other one's down to, say, 4 wounds, so you cause 2 wounds on the second one. They regenerate D3 wounds a turn. So I'll do my D3 wounds on that unit. That's all units now, but there's little buffs that go with that as well. But I do my D3 on that, and say I roll a 3. So I roll 6, I regenerate 3 wounds. Well, one guy's taking 2 wounds, so he goes back up to full strength, and the other guy then, the extra wound goes on to him, so he comes back up with 1 wound left. So even if you bombarded him a second time and killed the one guy 1 wound, and he caused 4 wounds on the other guy, the next turn then it's D3 without any sort of other buffs going on. So they could actually, you could kill 1 model, and then my next turn they're back up, they come forward again, you kill another model, my next turn he comes back up, they come. It's gonna be like an endless, relentless, you know, tide of craziness. I love it. I love the new rules. I like the way that the resurrection works now, or in 10th edition. I like the way that works. Into your command phase and the end of the opponent's command phase, which is nuts. Yeah, I'm very pleased with the rules. I can't wait to get some more big Necron stuff on the board. It's Disturb John time today. When is your first game of 10th going to happen? Now we spoke about this today. It's either going to be next week at some point or it'll be the Wednesday after. We're not sure yet. Neither one of us want to be rushing through and trying to get stuff from the Leviathan box painted up. We want to be able to just do it at a nice leisurely pace. No, I want to get it all built and just start working away straight away. But I've got all this to go through as well. So it's hopefully next week, or it could be the week after. I love watching you paint. Can you get some more painting videos up on the channel, please? Does not matter what faction or models, as they are absolutely amazing to watch. Yeah, I can do, but do I paint or do I build? This is, you know, the question that I have. Again, got disturbed. Yeah, see, I want to get things painted up, and I don't like doing painting challenges, 12 hours, 24 hours, because it wrecks me. But I do want to get stuff painted up. But again, let's get stuff built. Yeah. I know, I think I've just got distracted, and I think I've just said that already. I don't know. I'm sorry if I have. I do want to get stuff painted, but I need to get stuff built as well. It's a juggling act. Okay, I'm new to the channel. I love the way that you use base colours to manipulate contrast paint. Did you just decide to experiment one day, or did you see it's done somewhere else? I haven't seen it done somewhere else. The way that I've seen contrast paint used before is Gracia, and then the contrast paint goes on, and then when that's dry, using another colour on top to highlight it up and to, you know, layer it up and that sort of stuff. But when I looked at the way the contrast paint uses and works, oh my goodness me, it's like Piccadilly Station. No, with the contrast paints, I said I've seen them done that way, but I looked and I see that you grey seal it, and then if it's white or sort of that light grey colour, they work better on there. So then I said to myself, if it's like stone, or if it's something where it's rigid, I can do something so it's one shade and then highlight it here and there with another shade and then put the contrast paint on. It's going to give me an even better effect than just doing it grey with the contrast paint on. So no, I experimented with that. There's still a lot more for me to learn about, and I've only got a small selection of contrast paints. I need to get more different ones and try different ones. But the same way when I wet blended contrast paints, I've never seen anyone else do that ever. If someone else has, check on below, let me know so I can have a look at what way they're doing it. But I've never seen anyone do it, and I've done it a few times now, a few different models, and fantastic results, absolutely fantastic. I've been working a lot. I've been watching a lot of your bat reps on yours and other channels. Do games have to be 2K, as I'm struggling to get there and get the models painted? No, it could be 500 points if you want. You can play a 1,000 point game. Our next game for 10th edition, our first game for 10th edition, is going to be 1,000 points. Just because there's going to be a lot for us to learn, and a lot for us to learn, and a lot for us to just keep checking and how does this work now, and you know. So no, you don't have to have 2,000 points. You can have 500 points. You can play a 1,000 point game. You can play 750 if you want, or 900. Okay, don't stress and don't panic about trying to get models in and get models painted up and everything else. And if you're playing with a guy that you play with all the time, or the same group of people, you know, look, having a few grey plastic models is not an issue. Having some models that are undercoated on the table is not a big issue. Obviously, you don't want them like that, you want to get them painted, but just don't panic about that. You know, you don't need 2,000 points. Have what you have and work from that. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to bring down and show you the vote. For those of you that don't know what a vote is and how it works, I'll show you a host of models, and you vote on what you want me to paint for next Monday's painting video. Now, the way that you vote is you comment below on this video to say to me, I vote for X, Y, Z. You don't have one vote, you don't have 3 votes, you can vote for 7 or 8 things if you want, okay? I haven't changed it much from last week just because it's been a busy week. But it all needs to be painted, so it doesn't matter. And the votes stop at 2 o'clock on Friday afternoon. And I look at the votes then, and whoever's won the votes, I would then start priming it up and getting that ready for Monday's painting video. If it's a bit of a tie, I'll do a dice roll. So I'll bring you down and show you the models. Right, so we have the heavy heavy intercessors. We have the Raptors. There we go. Sorcerer of Michael Nogel. We have Deathwing Knights. We have 8-bound. We have Blade Guard. We have Obliterators. We have the Warlock on the Skyrunner. We have Inquisitor Shadowfax. We have a Switching Captain with the Storm Shield from Indominus Box. We have the Eliminators. We have the Chaos Lord Michael Nogel. We have this guy, I can't remember his name is. It's Canaptic Throw, I think it is. We have the Avatar of Kahane. We have Ezreal. We have the Skaven Priest, Plague Priest character. We have Night Goblin Shaman. We have the Warp Talon, which is Duke of the Claws. We have Tyranny Warriors. And we have the Venom Cannon. Now, I'm meant to be switching them out and changing them out every week, but I'm just so busy, so we haven't had a chance to. I've still got Space Marines on the table to magnetize from the last game that we played, which I think was like 2.5 weeks ago. Just haven't had a chance to do any of that. Get models for today, still sitting there. They need to be switched out and moved around and they're put back on them, and again, not enough time. With the weather, how nice it is at the moment, it's trying to juggle time of doing this work and do stuff in the garden. Yeah, but there's also a wild card, so chuck your vote for those guys, or if you want to vote for the wild card, you vote for the wild card. You'll find out what it is if it wins. Guys, that's all the questions I have for this week. That's all the stuff for the voting. If you have any questions for me, chuck a comment below on this video and I'll answer it. I'll give you an answer straight away if you need one, and I'll address it next week, Wednesday, in case everyone else needs to answer that question. There are no silly questions, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing, and turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video with more and more people, which makes this community grow even bigger, because all you guys are absolutely fantastic. Everyone that supports the channel and watches the videos and comments, and absolutely fantastic. Now, the only thing I'm going to say, you guys, is these weekly Wednesdays get anywhere between 50 to 100 views, but there's like 5 or 6 votes for them. Don't be afraid to chuck a vote. And if you vote for something that no one else wants to vote for, it doesn't matter. If it wins, it wins. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's, you know, it's not going to get painted until someone votes for it. Until I go, oh, I've enough of that sitting there, I'll start painting up. Guys, thank you for watching. Until next time, take it easy.